Royals baseball is back in Kansas City after a 3-game trip to Detroit, and now a 4-game series against the Minnesota Twins, the team ahead of the Royals in the standings. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. Last year the Royals were 15-4 against the Minnesota Twins. This year they are 1-7.
Don't have to tell those players the numbers. They know, and they know what's at stake. This is a wonderful weekend series. The weather's been great for sure, but the Twins are coming in, and they've got a little revenge on their mind, especially after all those wins and the beatdowns the Royals put on them last year. Believe me, both sides know what's on the line.
If the Royals take 3 out of 4 in this series, they would tie the Twins in the standings. It would take a sweep for the Royals to pass Minnesota in the standings.
I think they're going to take the one-game philosophy. I know it sounds clichéic, and it is, but they can't do anything about tomorrow until they get Ervin Santana tonight.
All right, well then let's begin with game 1. For Minnesota, their ace, Ervin Santana. For the Royals, their ace, Jason Vargas. Sports and outdoors for all for less. This is a very rare matchup tonight. This is the 4th time since 1975 we've had 2 starters, each with 10 or more wins, each with an ERA under 3 before the All-Star break.
Pretty impressive, Brian. You see the numbers. Look, this game revolves around them, but whenever a starter has an ERA under 3 in today's game, that's pretty special. If they're on top of their game, it may be a low-scoring affair and a quick one, but Vargy been very impressive. Last 6 starts, call the cops, 2.27. But even better than that, his home ERA, 1.92 here at the K. He absolutely deals. Knows how to use the defense. Tremendous athlete himself. Oh man, he's been fun to watch.
Ervin Santana has stumbled a bit in his last 3 starts. Can the Royals turn things around against the Twins this year? game, and the Royals and the Twins will play 4 in the next 3 days. The Royals have had a bad month, an okay month, and a really good month. Minnesota's just been steady since opening day.
Been surprising. A lot of people have been waiting for them to fall down, but we still got a long way to go. Now their defense has been the biggest surprise for me. Buxton in center field. He's playing Locane style in center, and they also can hit homers. Been fun to watch them, but look, they could go down this weekend.
Ace against ace. Very similar numbers, Jason Vargas and Ervin Santana, but different in how they put hitters away. We'll discuss coming up next. Their ERAs are very similar. One's a lefty, one's a righty. But let's talk about when they need an out. Let's begin with Ervin Santana. You've seen his entire career. What's his go-to pitch?
Slider. I mean, it's one that falls off the table too. It doesn't have any lateral movement, which is unfortunate because hitters could get a better piece of that. It goes straight down. And you see any pitcher that has an ERA under 3, they've got to have a signature out pitch. That means they get ahead with a fastball, finish the guys off with a slider. Now Ervin, like Vargas, might have a little scalpel, but I'm hoping that that's a little flatter tonight and our guys can jump on it, because if he's not real fine, it could get hit.
And for Vargas, going up against the Twins, they've got a lot of muscle in their lineup. They've got some guys who can hit the ball to the ballpark. So we hope his changeup is on tonight.
Against a right-handed dominated lineup like Vargas faces all the time, the changeup, that is the equalizer. No question about it. We say Dr. Vargas has a sharp scalpel. It's because he edges the corners with the changeup. He knows exactly where to put it after the fastball and his slider. He's able to use the changeup as his out pitch. It works effectively. Look, he's been fun to watch. Oh my goodness. I hope he's on tonight.
Second time the Royals will see Ervin Santana. They saw him on opening day. The Twins will face Vargas for the first time this year. Second place on the line. Royals and Twins. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest lasting full-size pickup on the road. You can find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. Beautiful night, 81 degrees. It's going to start warming up tomorrow for the day-night doubleheader. 4 games in 3 days between the Royals and the Minnesota Twins. Jason Vargas, 11 wins, second most in the major leagues to Clayton Kershaw. And that 2.29 ERA is the best in the American League.
70 strikeouts in 90+ innings. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He knows how to pitch to the defense, and this is what he uses. Fastball, changeup, curveball. That fastball he'll use 50% of the time, but he uses that to set up his excellent changeup, and it's a beauty. Twins, check them out there. They haven't been quite as dominant, only scoring just a little bit over 3, averaging 3 runs per game, but look, they're confident.
Brian Dozier takes a strike. It was a late night for the Minnesota Twins. They had a night game at Boston and didn't get to the hotel in Kansas City until about 4 a.m.
And they had the privilege of flying in the storm and all the lightning that was going on last night. I heard it was pretty bumpy. Ugh, don't envy them.
Curveball is pulled foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seems like we've been saying this a lot about teams coming to Kansas City, but the Twins are at the end of a long road trip. An 11-game road trip that has taken them through Cleveland and Boston. The Twins stunned the Indians and swept them in a 3-game series last weekend and just went 1-3 at Fenway Park. We've had a lot of teams lately coming through at the end of a long road trip. Big slow curveball strikes out Dozier. Salvi down to Hosmer to complete the strikeout. 1 down.
The Royals forward around the horn defense. Why not highlight Vargy? Because look what he does. He's assisted 11 times. He's a great fielder. He's a tremendous athlete. He loves to field his position. Fun to watch him play. And oh, by the way, the guys behind him are fielding a 990 clip. That's the best in Major League Baseball.
Joe Mauer with 1 out, hitting .290. Minnesota is 4-3 on this long road trip, and it has been a road trip fueled by pitching. They have not done much on offense on this trip. Mauer is one of the few hitters who comes into this series swinging the bat well, and he pulls it on the ground to Hosmer. 2 down. So Miguel Sano comes to the plate with nobody on. Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard. He is already driven in 18 against the Royals. And this is just the 9th game between the 2 teams.
Good point. With nobody on. That's when you want to face a guy like this. The Royals have had players in the past that have really busted them, like Santana, Carlos Santana from the Indians. And so, you know, you just can't let this guy beat you with guys get on base. But Vargy, he knows how to handle big guys like that. He really does tease him with the off-speed pitch. He's not overpowering.
Tried to get him to chase a pitch up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sano's only faced him 1 time. Vargy.
Minnesota record for RBIs in a season against the Royals is 19. So Sano's 1 away from that. The all-time record for one player against the Royals in one season, Juan Gonzalez, drove in 26 runs against the Royals in 1998. Two and two.
Once again, Vargas, his average on his fastball 85.9 miles an hour. He's not a thrower. He's a pitcher. He knows exactly what to do out there. He's going to upset the timing, and that's what pitching's all about. Location, 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 everything. Keep him down, keep him away, but also the timing. Changeup 79, curve 72. Slow.
Just outside. So for good reason, Vargas was pitching Sano very carefully.
Wanted to scalp in that corner, he did, but just a little bit off.
And now Eduardo Escobar, who's shown some pop this year. He has 8 home runs. Switch hitting middle infielder is going to be the Twins' designated hitter tonight.
Got a new umpire behind the plate tonight. Haven't seen him before. Baker, Dreckman, Shane, Livensparger. Did I get that right?
You'd have to ask Shane.
Shane Livensparger. He's a newbie.
That will slice back into the crowd. And a nice crowd tonight. I would suspect there are a lot of fans from Minnesota who are here this weekend, making the drive down on I-35. Not as many as we would see when Minnesota was still playing in the Metrodome and they were just dying for some outdoor baseball, but still will come down here for the weekend, just like Royals fans will go up to Target Field for a weekend series.
That's interesting. You see the Twins. Hey, Vargy got him. Look, let's just move on to the next inning. See if they can get him some early run support. Nice pitch. See what the boys can do. Whitley, Bonifacio, and Kane coming up.
And when you look at the season stats, the Royals are still last in the American League in runs per game. But in June, the Royals have the best record in the American League, and they have scored over 5 runs per game this month. That will come in handy against Ervin Santana, who's had a tremendous first half, 10-4 with a 2.80 ERA, and one of the best opponents batting average against in the major leagues. That is second best at 196.
Ooh, and you know who's ahead of him? A guy named Max Scherzer. Pretty dominant National League pitcher for the Nationals. He's good. Fastball, slider, change. His slider is his out pitch. You see the numbers there, 148. Not much. Not a lot on his fastball either. Pretty sneaky, not overpowering, but hits his spots.
Witt was not in the starting lineup yesterday in Detroit, but he did pinch run for Mike Moustakas late and then finished the game at third. 0-2 against Santana.
That first one's the one he wanted, but he wanted to take a look at one. That first pitch Santana threw 92 right down the middle. That's a good hit.
There's the slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The hitters all know about Irvin. You're all schooled up on the guy because you watch the video. But there it is. Lefties, righties. Not much going on average wise, but can be pilot to bombardier if he leaves something out over the middle. Get him.
Two and two.
They watch video on that night's starting pitcher. Some want to just see a few pitches. Others study him for 20 minutes. All depends on the preference.
From 0-2 to 3-2.
Seeing pitches is the key if you're a leadoff hitter. That way you can go back to the dugout, tell your buddies, hey, look, fastball's pretty straight, slider's tough. Look for the heater.
One hop out to Polanco at short. 1 away.
Oh, man, he tagged that baby. Like I said, look for the heater. Defensively, they're a much improved team. And that's one of the reasons the pitchers, their starting pitching and their bullpen can give up mistakes and they get run down and caught. This guy right here, Buxton, plus 16 defensive run save, pretty good. He can go get him out there. I talked to him before the game about playing center field here at the K, and his eyes lit up and he said, oh man, there's no other park like this one. Plenty of room, no lines to contain me. He's good.
That is not a swing. Jordan Baker is the first base umpire. Jorge Bonifacio. Hasn't been getting a lot of hits lately, but has been getting on base, showing a good eye. Ahead in the count here. 2 balls, no strikes. The last category on that line there, a .500 on base percentage in his last 5 games.
Mike Whitley, those 2 guys that was Ned put them up the top of the order back June 5th have really made a difference. They both have seen more pitches than anybody else in that lineup. For some reason, they're seeing, they're patient, but they're fouling a lot of them off.
Another foul ball. Bonifacio was a tough out in the just completed Royals Tigers series. League is figuring out what he can hit. Now they're trying to figure out what he will chase. He wouldn't chase that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Santana's down to a full count with the first 2 hitters. Another fastball fouled away. Still early in Bonifacio's career, so he doesn't really have any deep tendencies, but most teams are playing him like the Twins are right now. No shift at all. He has proven that he can hit the ball to all fields. And he will take a walk with 1 out.
Not bad either. 21st walk. Spark got good eyes. That was his 204th plate appearance. Excuse me, 205th.
These are the best in the American League against winning teams. And the Yankees in 2nd place in the East. Houston running away with the West. And then the Royals as far as best winning percentage against winning teams this year. And that's what they see this weekend. Minnesota 3 games above .500, and they're the team that's in front of the Royals in the standings.
You know, we get a chance to see a lot of numbers up here in the booth, and we like to share with our fans. Players don't see as many of those, but if they saw that one right there, that would be a good number and a good percentage to show them and let them know, hey, look, you play the best baseball against the best teams. That's a good one for the confidence side.
Big rip at a slider. 0-2 on Lorenzo Cain.
There's its slider. It's a spinner. Now some of those just spin. Now that was a good pitch to hit. He caught a lot of the plate, but Locaine just out in front. Irvin is excellent when it's off the plate about 2 inches and down. That's where he likes to execute it. Bonifacio has not stolen a base yet. Irvin's fairly quick home.
Tough pitch to take. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Jason Castro has thrown out 25% of runners this year. If the Royals do run, haven't been running as much lately this year.
Royals are 10th in the American League. Stolen bases. Pulled foul over the Minnesota dugout. A lot of foul balls against Santana in the first. Still 1-2 on Cain.
They're not tricking him. Also getting some good swings on him.
18 pitches for Santana against 3 batters, 6 foul balls. And the dirt. He did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Irvin Santana, you know, he dealt opening day of the season on the 3rd of April. 7 strong innings. Only gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He was dominant, looked good. Had our guys swinging a lot of sliders. So far in this first inning, guys are laying off of it. I like that. That's good for them. An aggressive offense normally swings at a lot of sliders, but they're making Irvin get the ball up. Don't have any hits or anything to show for it, but I like their plate appearances so far. They're competing.
Got a fastball and he fouled that one away. That was the 3rd time in Irvin Santana's career he was an opening day starter. Minnesota rallied late and won that game 7-1. Got him with a slider down and away. That is the 2nd out. And now Eric Hosmer. He comes to the plate, and Kia puts us in the driver's seat. Santana will probably be pitching him carefully tonight. 8 hits, 3 home runs for Eric Hosmer against Irvin Santana. 3 home runs and 26 at-bats.
Great to see him keep both hands on the bat, and his follow-through swing is beautiful when he gets them.
.305 batting average, 10th in the league. His next hit will be number 90 this year. And it's just foul. Maurer was holding Bonifacio at first, so he was right at the bag.
Kind of teased the crowd. Looks like maybe over 30,000 here tonight. We'll see as we get the count later, but man, they're just waiting to cheer. The Royals were coming off an excellent month of June, winning, playing good baseball, defensively, pitching, hitting, all of it.
Off the plate inside, 2-1.
Most pitchers trying to jam Haas. They don't want him to get his arms extended because they know how lethal he is to the opposite field. He can drive that ball, not just for base hits in the alleys. He can go over the wall here, even at the K. They try to tie him up in there. They want to break his bat. That's what they're looking for.
Santana spent 1 year here, 2013. He had a losing record. He was 9-10, but it is still the best ERA he's had in a full season. 3.24. 3-1. From the Royals to the Braves for 1 year, and now his 3rd year with Minnesota.
Very consistent performer. And another key for him, in his success over his career, his demeanor on the mound, his mound presence. He doesn't show you much. He's very, very stoic. Doesn't let you know when you've rattled him.
Center field, and Buxton is there to make the play. That's the inning. A 1-out walk. And at the end of 1, no score.
With a quick homestand, Joel Goldberg down by the dugout. The 2 losses in Detroit featured a couple of spots in the rotation that struggled, and so Ned Yost will be making a change in both spots. We see the probables for this weekend. Jake Junis has been optioned to AAA, and Eric Skoglund has been called up to add depth to the bullpen. Luke Farrell will be the 26th man tomorrow and will make his major league debut. Have to think that his dad, John Farrell, the manager of the Red Sox, will pay attention as best as he can while his team is in Toronto. And then you see all the TBAs on there. There's a lot of baseball, you guys know, this weekend in about 40 hours. What we do know is this: Ned Yost says he wants Matt Strahm back in the bullpen. 1 pitch, going to be 1 out there. And so they feel like long-term Matt Strahm is going to be a starter, but right now maybe better served in the bullpen. They are looking, if things go to plan, for Travis Wood to start that game on Sunday, but Ned's saying that really got to see how the doubleheader goes tomorrow. If they need Travis out of the bullpen, they'll come up with another plan. So a lot of moving parts, but the hope right now is for Wood to start on Sunday, and we might see Danny Duffy back later next week. We'll tell you about that coming up.
All right, Joel. Castro out on 1 pitch, and now Jorge Polanco takes a strike. John Farrell, his Red Sox are in first place in the East. They will be at Toronto tomorrow, and they'll be starting about an hour before the Royals and the Twins. I'm sure he'll be getting some updates in Toronto. Polanco out on a fly ball to left, 2 down.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be all worked up. But I love what Ned was talking to the media, how he texted John Farrell, the manager for the Red Sox, a little bit ahead of letting everybody else know, just to let him know, the daddy, that, hey, look, he's going to be my starter and make his debut. That's pretty cool. He would do that.
Royals will play the Red Sox again at the very end of July in Boston. Eddie Rosario runs up as if he was going to bunt.
You know, you can only plan so far in this game of baseball because you never know, especially with a doubleheader. That really makes managers nervous, doubleheaders. They don't have a lot of them anymore in the game. It's just a lot of stressful on your bullpen. Say the starter gets busted up in the first 2 innings and you got to take him out. Now you got to go through the whole bullpen. Then you got another one. That's why Major League Baseball developed a 26th man on a doubleheader. It's a good idea. Relieves some of the stress of the manager.
Alex toward the corner, slides across the line and makes the play on Rosario. It took 26 pitches for Santana to get through the first. Vargas 6 pitches to get through the second. Salvador Perez coming up when we come back. The summer hit South Beach as baseball's biggest stars take the field for the MLB All-Star Game July 11th on Fox. We will know the final results of the fan vote and the starters and the roster on Sunday evening. Salvador Perez had a nice big lead for being the starter at catcher for the Royals. Eric Hosmer's lead was being challenged by Justin Smoke of the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll know in a couple of days. 0-2 on Salvi. Now the Royals are 1-7 against Minnesota this year, but that is not Salvador Perez's fault. Hitting .419, 5 home runs, 9 driven in the 8 games with the Twins. And this year is no exception. He's had a very good career against Minnesota, in particular at Target Field. Ervin Santana needed 26 pitches to get through the first inning. Mauer runs to the Royals dugout, and it is into the 5th row. Salvi just drove in 5 in the just completed Royals Tigers series, adding his 16th home run of the year. Also lost a hit in that series up against the center field wall, 426 feet away from home plate. Santana strikes out his second, both with his slider.
Yeah, he said that was the longest out he's ever made. I'll say, that ball Matt took, center fielder's still talking about that play.
And now Mike Moustakas. He hit his 20th home run in the game on Wednesday night in Detroit. Irvin got him to chase a fastball up. That's the 6th most home runs in the American League. On pace to hit 42. Off the end of the bat. And Castro doesn't have enough room into the second row. Jammed, and Dozier's out from second base. 2 down in the second inning. You can get closer to the action here at Kauffman Stadium with our Royals Memories program. Choose amongst a variety of unique opportunities, such as a photo on the field, watching batting practice, and delivering the game ball. All experiences are made available for purchase each game exclusively through the MLB.com ballpark app. Jorge Soler with 2 down. And his return to the Royals was 1 for 8 in the Tiger series. Big rip. And he's been taking some big rips since being called back up from AAA.
And I've noticed he's a lot more aggressive too, which is good. He couldn't quite get into his game here when he was up here earlier in the season. He's being aggressive. He hit some balls hard in that Tiger series too. Wore out the third baseman, 2 or 3 hard smashes. They really needed some production from that designated hitter spot.
One and 2 on Soler, of course, from Cuba. And speaking of Cuba, Royals Hall of Famer Cookie Rojas is in the house. He's going to join us the next half inning. Cookie, also a native of Cuba. High fastball is fouled back at 93. Soler is not one of those late blooming kids. He was always big in every league he played in, and for most of his life he has been pitched around, so he's always had a pretty good eye, and maybe too good of an eye, and that's where the added aggressiveness comes in. Hall of Famer Cookie Rojas will join the booth when we come back. you to do so. And while in there, you can read about Royals Hall of Famer Cookie Rojas, who's back in Kansas City. Good to see you.
It's great to see you guys, and I'll tell you what, a better day than this. Back house right here in Kansas City. The guys are trying to play baseball the way everybody's thought they were going to do, and I think it's going to get close. It's going to be good. It's great to be with you guys.
Just another typical blazing hot summer day in Kansas City, right?
Isn't that terrible? You hate it just like that. Look at this. This is beautiful. I think the wonderful thing is what they have done with this stadium since the day we played till today. It's beautiful. The ball club has played well. It's been twice in the World Series. This year started a little bit slow, but it's catching up right now. You never know. Well, to the end of the season, what's going to happen, Russ?
Cookie, take us back to Cuba. They say the weather in Cuba is the greatest baseball weather ever. I've never been there before, but they say, and then one day they did have spring training there, right?
Well, many clubs used to go there in spring training. That's correct, and the weather is fantastic all year round. I mean, there's no snow, none of that going on. It's a tropical weather type thing. A lot of players, I think a lot of talent there, and believe me, I think that the first passion of baseball once Cuba was playing there would have been Havana, because we had the club, we had the players, and the amount of players, young players playing the whole island was amazing. And it was only 90 miles from the United States.
Wow.
It was just great.
Well, a nice influx of players coming over here, making an impact in our game here.
Oh, no question about it. I think baseball, that's why they're trying to see if they can go ahead and have a workout politically so they can open the doors and maybe sign more players coming here into the United States. And I think it would be great for baseball, for every club to get some of those starts and play in any American or National League. And I think that eventually is good for the game of baseball.
And it'd be good for Cuba too. These guys could go home in the offseason, right, and have an impact on the next generation of young Cuban players.
No question. And the other thing is too that they could go back to their home and start playing baseball like they do in Dominican Republic. They used to do it in Puerto Rico, Venezuela, with all the political stuff going on. Now they stopped, so you don't know whether they're going to be winning league this year or not. But I think the more that we play, the more we give them an opportunity to see more guys playing baseball, or players, I think it's great for the game of baseball.
No question about it. But you had 16 years in the big leagues, Cookie, so you were able to transform your game from Cuba over here with no problem. 1 year with Cincinnati, 1 with St. Louis, 7 with the Phillies, 8 with the Royals here. That's a long career. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much, Rex. And in those years, remember, it was 8 clubs only, 8 in the National League, 8 in the American League, and you had big names and big stars all over the place. So to play in that era, I felt very honestly satisfied myself that I made it among all those guys all through 16 years of baseball.
Cookie, you had over 6,000 at-bats. Who was the toughest pitcher in your era you faced?
Well, I think that there's 2 of them. The lefty is Sandy Koufax, which I got my first Major League Baseball off of him.
First hit?
Wow.
First hit, yes. Keep it quiet. Don't give it away. And the other one.
Don't worry, you don't
Gibson.
have to face him again.
Bob Gibson.
You got Gibson?
Oh my God, what a slider.
Oh, wow.
Hard and you know, sometimes when you go to home plate, you try to get your spikes set up on that. If you do that to him, he'll tell you, it's open it big enough, because
That's foul. Late call by first base umpire Jordan Baker. I'm sure the Twins are going to want the umpiring crew to take another look at that, and if they ask for it and it's granted, it won't cost them a challenge. But it was not an emphatic call by Jordan Baker. Now that fan right there is in foul territory. That's in fact who ended up with the baseball.
Cookie, the invention of replay in the 21st century here, do you like it? The replay now in Major League Baseball?
I really believe, Rex, that you know, you want to have everything right. I think that I mean, you know, it's something that is not now human like it used to be human error. Now we have the opportunity to tell the umpire, hey, we want to see that play again. And one play can make a big difference whether you can be into a playoff or maybe in a World Series.
Wow.
But now if you got it right, remember from the kid from Detroit that was pitching a perfect game.
Yes.
And he, you know, called that guy safe, and it's a base hit. When you think of that, and then you had the replay, then I think the kid deserved, you know, no question about it, a perfect game. How many times are you going to see that? Or what opportunity would you have to, again, do that? No way.
And that was one of the plays that I think got Major League Baseball talking about instant replay, because
Absolutely.
recognizing, hey, you know, if we had some sort of replay, we'd be celebrating a perfect game. And
absolutely, no question about it. But how far do you take it? You know, and it's good that they have it that way. You know, you go ahead and ask the umpire to repeat the game, and if you lose it, now you lose the opportunity later in the game in a play at a home play or a double play or anything that can really make the difference. You know,
it is still a foul ball, so that goes the Royals' way.
That's good. So that way they don't lose the call for a replay. Is that correct?
Right.
Cookie, what do you spend a lot of your time doing now?
Well, right now I'm not really enjoying my grandkids. I got 14 of them. I got 6 grands. I got one that next year, remember the name, he's going to be drafted probably by Major League Baseball. He's in Auburn University right now. He caught, you know, this year only not too much because they had 2 seniors that were playing every day.
He's a catcher.
But he's the son of Mike Rojas, my son that is managing Toledo in the AAA of the Detroit Tigers. He's 6'2", has a gun of an arm. He got some power, and that kid is going to be a great catcher. So remember that name.
Okay.
Remember that name, Mike Rojas.
Is he going to be better than Victor?
Without a doubt.
Victor, who spent a lot of his childhood here in Kansas City, now the television voice of the Angels. Have a lot of fun when we see him. Where did the personality come with Victor?
Well, I don't know where really, because I wasn't that type of a person. You know, I was more serious about my business and all that. And Victor is a guy that enjoys the game, enjoys life, and loves his family. And I think that God bless him. I would rather be him than being myself when I was playing, to be honest.
Well, it's a little bit easier up here.
No question. It's not easy at all down there.
No. Oh, my goodness.
No,
First thing when I came up here, Cookie, I saw the green out there, and I'm going, how could you not get more base hits? Because you see that, but, man, they're such good athletes. They run the ball down.
Well, not only that, too, is the fact that some players try to hit the ball.
Escobar thought about second base. He'll throw to first.
And pulling a lot instead of using the whole field. And especially now with the new setup that they have in defensive, where they're moving the whole outfield and infielders to one side or the other. How can you take advantage of that? There's nobody in left field, nobody at third base, nobody at shortstop. Bunt the ball. Push the ball over there. That's a base hit. What's the difference between swinging and getting a base hit, or they giving you a hit with the bunt?
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It took a while, but more and more guys are starting to figure that out and at least try to get a bunt over there.
No question. No question. Now, you know, it calls for every place and locality to do that. If you have let's say Mike Stanton, for example, with the Marlins, in the 9th inning, you're winning 1-0. I can see everybody moving to right field and let him go. I mean, or reverse, going to left field and taking away the home run, who can win the game, or giving him a base hit. I'll give him the base hit all the time on that one, without a doubt.
But if you're just trying to get on base and start a rally,
absolutely, right? Yes, sir.
Well, we've seen, you know, Mike Moustakas, who's mostly a pull hitter, and when he gets the overshift, we've been noticing a lot of, you know, he's really trying, especially when he gets 2 strikes, just poke one to the left side. There's nobody there.
Absolutely. And the game, 3-2, 2-0, 2-1. It's a big thing. You got to get on base somehow.
2-1 on Mauer with Kepler at second base and 2 down.
Cookie, there's a guy right here, Joe Mauer, 2-time batting champion. He uses the whole field pretty much. He doesn't even pull the ball very much.
That is very true. That's why he was so successful in his career, leading the league in hitting, because he uses all the field, and it's hard to defend that way. You know, when you get out to the field and then you say, well, where am I going to play him? You know, I'm going to play him to pull or straight away. You got to play him straight away because he hit the ball all over the place. No doubt.
He's one of the few Twins who are swinging the bat well at the moment. In a tough out. Sano is on deck. So Vargas would love to get an out right here and finish off the inning. And it's 3-2. How long are you to be in town?
I'll be here through Sunday.
Okay.
And go back to Miami on Sunday.
Okay. Gonna spend some time here at the ballpark, signing
Yes.
some autographs.
Yes,
Good.
absolutely.
Is there a chance you might go to the All-Star game then the following week?
Sure. Yeah, we'll be there. There's a lot of activities that Major League Baseball want all players, you know, ex-players to be there and contribute and teach the kids and signings and all of that, which I think is great for the game of baseball, and especially for the little ones to have an opportunity then to see the future stars of the game, number one in that game, then the home run, you know, derby. So it's going to be a lot of rockets hitting out of that ballpark. It will be interesting, and so it's great for the kids and great for baseball.
We got a chance to finally get there last year in Miami. Yeah, the Marlins had been here a few times, and we hadn't been to the new ballpark.
Oh, you're going to love it once you get a chance to see it. Beautiful ballpark, no doubt.
So Mauer is on with a walk, and that means it's Vargas and Sano with 2 on and 2 out. Well, Cookie, we'll let you go and be a fan and enjoy the rest of the game. But great to see you. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Cookie.
Good to see you. Great.
Please sign our wall, Cookie.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Royals Hall of Famer Cookie Rojas. So if you're here over the weekend for this Royals Twin Series, go look for him out at the Royals Hall of Fame. Changeup is in for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Sano.
First big league hit off Sandy Koufax.
And he didn't want anyone to know about that. I mean,
Man, I'm bragging all over that.
Go to the highest mountain and be screaming at the top of my lungs.
Oh, Hall of Famer.
Breaking ball is fair inside the left field line. So Kepler, who walked, comes around to score. Minnesota leads 1-0. Mauer, who walked, stops at second, and Miguel Sano has just tied a Minnesota Twins record with 19 RBIs in a single season against the Royals. And we have a lot more games to go with Minnesota.
Breaking ball, you know what? It looked like it was going to stay up, and really that's where he wants to finish it, down at the bottom of the zone like that. And Sano, you just got to credit him for not trying to do too much. Just put it in play.
Eduardo Escobar struck out in a curveball in the first inning. Mauer's at second, Sano's at first, 2 down. Just inside, 2-0. Had him reaching at a change. Moustakas cuts it off and goes to second to end the inning. Miguel Sano has driven in 19 against the Royals this year. He gives the Twins a 1-0 lead. Caleb was born with cerebral palsy in 2005. Stan made it his mission to make sure that everyone gets to play together and participate in anything they want to do. So for the last 12 years, he has worked with Midwest Adaptive Sports, writing and receiving grants of close to $40,000 for the organization. He also started the Adaptive Inner Tubing program, Tubing 101 at Snow Creek, and Athletes on Wheels program, a sports experience for youth that need wheelchairs for sports activities. He is sitting in the Buck O'Neil legacy seat at tonight's game. Alcides Escobar against Irvin Santana. 1-0 Minnesota. Escobar, Gordon, and Merrifield coming up. Esky continues to roll along. He was 5 out of 11 in the Tigers series and has hit almost .360 in his last 17 games. Kepler makes a play in right field. 1 down in the third. Irvin Santana gave up a 1-out walk in the first inning. It took 26 pitches for him to get out of the first inning, but he has set down 7 of 8. And now the Royals number 9 hitter Alex Gordon. Alex drove in 3 in the Royals Tigers series.
Alex has 2 home runs off of Santana in his 9 hits. 43 plate appearances.
Very, very high to right field.
Just missed that.
2 down. Speaking of Alex, Cornhusker fans, it's Husker night. July 15th. That's a theme ticket night. Royals and the Rangers. The first 7,500 fans through Gate A with this theme ticket will get this cap, a limited edition Huskers branded cap. Tickets at royals.com/theme tickets. July 15th. There's
Did you see Alex? He was excited. Like it.
hardest hit ball for the Royals tonight. Whit Merrifield hit a line drive, 1 hop to the shortstop Polanco his first time up. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. He had Sano. Merrifield did very deep at third base.
Sure did. I was just thinking about Whitley and how Irvin Santana is such a good pitcher to bunt off of, because his slider is a downward pitch. You pick a slider, ball's already going down. It makes it easier to bunt the top of the ball. Merrifield's a good bunter, but he pulled it back at the last minute. I don't know why he did that. Didn't stay through it. And he wasn't happy with himself.
2 and 2.
He got himself a good 3-2 count after falling behind 0-2 in his first at bat and laced one to the shortstop Polanco. So if he can get up underneath one, he's got the power to drive it out.
Three fly ball outs. Escobar, Gordon, and Merrifield in a 9-pitch bottom of the third for Santana. 10-4. Jason Vargas 11-3. And in the first 3 innings tonight, we have 1 run, 1 hit combined. And that 1 hit, Miguel Sano with 2 outs in the 3rd inning, drove in Max Kepler. So 1-0 Minnesota. And now Jason Castro will lead off the 4th. He led off the 2nd with a fly ball to center field.
Man, the diamond is beautiful tonight here at the K. This time of night here, it looks like it's just glowing. The dirt, the clay out there, it's just perfect setting right here from our view up here. Nice, look at that. It kind of has a little glow about it. Maybe it's just me.
That'll be back into the crowd. The only sun that remains right now is on the Blue Moon Tap Room out in right field, where we had a chance to broadcast from.
I remember
during the last homestand,
and it was a little warmer that night. Crowded again.
2-2 on Castro. Vargas has walked 3, and that ties a season high for him. It's only the 3rd time in 16 starts that he's walked that many. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and one of those walks turned into the Minnesota run.
Cut him some slack.
Strikeout number 3. One out to Jorge Polanco, and it's time for our sprint trivia question. Name the 3 Royals left-handed pitchers to be named All-Stars. One of them's a trick question, but I know the answer.
Good. We need those.
Well, let's begin with Paul Splittorff. No.
How about Bud Black?
Larry Gura.
Ding, ding,
Okay,
ding.
that's the
trick one.
Nope, that's the most difficult one.
Okay.
Two balls and 1 strike. Well, that's not true. That was the most difficult one for me, because I think I know the 2 more recent ones. One, you had to be paying very close attention to the Royals. If you remember, this guy is an all-star. Escobar bare hands and throws out Polanco.
Ooh, Polanco, he went kind of funny into that bag. He's grabbing his lower back and maybe kind of loosened up a few vertebrae on that baby. Escobar, great bare hand, good judgment play there. Vargy couldn't quite get it. Look at that arm from sidearm. Man, he put a lot on it. Haas and Case, he didn't touch could keep his foot on the base. He tagged him. Look at that. Boy, there's a lot on that arm. Now Polanco knows it's coming, but let's see now. Yeah, he tagged him for sure. And Polanco looked a little contorted going to that bag. I think he's all right.
Eddie Rosario. The curveball's in for a strike. Rosario out on a fly ball to Alex Gordon, who went sliding across the left field line to make the play in the 2nd inning. One of the other lefties that was an all-star, if I recall correctly, his last name is very similar to the Minnesota hitter right now. Rosario. Jose Rosado.
Okay.
And the last one,
is that the trick question?
The last one was controversial, and I believe this lefty made the team the first year that the All-Star game so-called mattered. And so the manager took what he needed on his roster. It was a bad year for the Royals, but the manager needed a lefty, and this guy was about as good as we had that year. Mark Redmond.
Way to go, partner. Way to pick me up.
Rosario is out, and the Twins go down in order in the fourth. Nothing to the bottom of the fourth inning. You go back to 1975. This is just the fourth time in all of Major League Baseball that two pitchers before the All-Star break have matched up, both having 10 or more wins, both having an ERA under 3. Just the fourth time since 1975.
Impressive. Very nice. We're all buckled in. Fans are waiting for the Royals to get on the board here to match the Minnesota Twins.
That is a Dave Holtzman creation.
No, very nice work.
His exhaustive research. Strike to Jorge Bonifacio. He took a walk in the first inning. That's the only man to reach against Ervin Santana so far. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second time through for the Royals, and that's the best time against Santana. And that's the Royals' first hit. Leadoff man on, bottom of the fourth inning.
Yeah, he cued that baby. He'll take it. He cued it. Now I like how he came out of the batter's box there. He came out of the box wanting to, because he knew how he hit it. It was a cue shot. So there's spin on it. Look at him. He's saying, I'm going to get a double here. But Kepler, he's very quick and fast in closing in at right field. That's a start. Ervin Santana threw that ball out. It might have had a cut in it. So whenever you hit her with a cupped bat, whenever he makes contact off the end, it messes up the cover.
Lorenzo Cain struck out on a slider after a long battle with Santana in the first inning.
Locaine took some good rips.
Back to Santana, who made a nice play and then a bad throw. Bonifacio to corner, and he's in there.
What a snag. Now, I'm not sure if there was a fielder that would have caught that. You can see him pretty much straight up. I don't know. They might have gotten Dozier, but and he was ready. But, man, look at Irvin. He never shows emotion, and he was not happy with himself. Hey, first and third, nobody out. The Royals, we've seen them do it before. Take advantage of the opponent miscue. Don't miss this opportunity. Meat of the order coming up here. You got a chance to tie this game or maybe more. Look up in the zone, elevate. No double plays. Drive one in the air.
Left field corner. It is a fair ball. It is a fair ball for now. Even the Royals aren't convinced. Hosmer will run the bases. Third base umpire is Mike Everett. But even Bonifacio and Kane did not run immediately. Miguel Sano, Minnesota third baseman, Eddie Rosario, their left fielder, reacted immediately.
Look at Haas. He's saying, come on, stay fair, please. Look at the smile. Yeah. All right, let's see it. Can we, did it? Hey.
Boy, it looks good there.
Wow, let's hope it stands. But that was a beauty. Talk about a long trot. That ball was hit so high in the air. He knew what he wanted to do, get it airborne for a sac fly. But man, he stood there. That was probably a 30-second trot. And the fans, they're going crazy here because they just showed it here on the beautiful Jumbotron they have here at the K, and it looked like it stayed fair. Whoa, won't this be a beautiful review? We hope.
The wind currents have changed with the Kauffman Stadium remodel, but that used to be the Bermuda Triangle. That left field corner, balls would straighten out just like Hosmer's did. It looks like it was going to slice foul or a right-hand batter hook foul, and it just had a knack for straightening out like it did for Hosmer.
Look at Haas, he's keeping his helmet on. I'm not sure. He's keeping his fingers crossed too. But that ball looked like it was on the right side of that pole, as far as we can tell. Fans haven't sat down.
I mean, it's not possible that that ball went behind the foul pole. I mean, it landed in a spot that would tell you it was a fair ball, but
that's what makes the call on the field even more important.
Right.
If they don't have a definite review at a definite angle, then it's going to stand.
That ball had a lot of movement on it.
Oh, it was nice. Hit it so high.
Home run.
Run around the bases, but now the delayed love in the dugout. Yes, sir. Tenth home run. What a beautiful round number for that. That's right. We can spell that correctly.
Well, Mike Everett, he was emphatic. I mean, it was a certain call on his part that it was a home run, but Bonifacio and Kane responded almost as if they were expecting it to be reversed, but Mike Everett got it right. Now Salvador Perez hits it into right center field. Kepler races over to cut it off, and it's a long single for Salvi. So single error, 3-run home run single for the Royals in the bottom of the fourth.
Let's take a look at that swing there. It's hits like this that really work and are going to get him going. That's a beautiful stroke. Now you can see the leg's not quite as bent, but he's able to reach out. He's got good, but he's waiting the ball get deep. He's got really good balance there. It's almost like a booty knock. You see his backside falling out there. Those hits to the opposite field open up for the pull homers.
Stockus had a big hack on either a slider or a changeup that didn't do much. It just stayed up at letter high. Popped out to second in the second inning. Ervin Santana was very close to beginning a double play earlier in this inning. Inside, 1-1.
That would have taken the wind out of the sails right there. I mean, it was as routine as you get, although the snag was good. It was a quick reaction. Look at that. A good athlete himself had just whiffed the throw. And he reacted. You could tell. Oh, man, watch out over there.
That bat went flying over Soler's head.
Heads up. That's a buzzsaw. Yeah, that right there is a jam sandwich. See if he can straighten that out. Got a new bat, different look. Going with the fastball again. They're going to try to bust another one.
Joe Mauer in front of the Royals dugout, reaches over the railing, and that's the first out of the inning. So the air is big, and you know, when you look at Minnesota's record, 40-37, they're one of the big surprise teams this year. They lost 103 games last season, and you know, you start going category by category and you go, okay, how have they played so well? All right, they're 12th in the league in ERA. No. They are 10th in the league in runs per game. No. 9th in the league in home runs. Yeah. 7th in the league in stolen bases. But the one area that really jumps out is their defense. They made some changes defensively. They brought in some new players. They mixed up their personnel, and that's been their biggest improvement by far statistically over last season.
I totally agree. Numbers aren't pretty, but they play well. That's enough. Soler, nice job. He's swinging the bat. Looks good. So the Royals and the Minnesota Twins can go with that Aristotle quote then, couldn't it? Couldn't they? Holtze, with some more exhaustive research on Aristotle, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Look, they play good together. They play some good defense. It works.
Last year, the Minnesota Twins committed 126 errors. That was 29 more than the next closest team in the American League. They were 28th in Major League Baseball in defensive runs saved. They are 5th best, or they were 5th best coming into tonight. And they have the 2nd fewest errors in the American League behind the Royals.
Tell you what, it's been the Royals' key to their success has been their defense, and that is their backbone. That is the backbone of the team. It picks up the pitching. Any mistakes they make, you got guys that can run the ball down. That's really important.
Royals trying to turn a big inning into a bigger inning. 2 on, 1 out. Eric Hosmer's hit a 3-run home run. And now Perez at second. Soler at first for Escobar. He flied out to right field in the 3rd inning. Inside corner, a strike. .389 batting average over his last 10 games. He is currently at .218. Less than 3 weeks ago, he was hitting .178. Because he's doing more of that. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Spitting on the pitches that are meant to be balls out of the zone. The pitcher's pitch. He snapped his 9-game hitting streak yesterday, so he says, you know what, I'm going to just start another one tonight. See him do it.
Polanco can't get it. Salvi rounds third. He will score.
He's been going good. In Detroit, he got a couple excuse-me hits, and he told me, look, those are as good as line drives in the book. And believe it, that ball 4 or 5 worm burner hopper through the infield gave Salvi plenty of time to get home.
You don't necessarily have to be fast to be a good base runner, but Salvi right there, he had a good angle, good turn, hit the inside part of the bag. And the Twins had no shot. And now 2 on 1 out to Alex Gordon, fooled by a slider. He flied out to right field his first time up.
Been doing all he can. You know, you'd like to see the Royals continue to punish him, see if they can get him out of the game. Hasn't happened all year long in the middle of an inning.
Buxton comes way in from center field. Buxton made the play on an infield fly rule. That shows you how far that he came in from center. They had called the infield fly rule, and the center fielder makes the catch.
No, he's extremely valuable on defense. That's why he's still up here. Now, Buxton, he's not tearing it up offensively. He's just hitting a .196. But he's worth his weight out there saving runs the way he's playing.
Royals first time to the order tonight, 0 for 8 with a walk. Second time through, 5 for 9. Witt on a check swing fouls it away, and Irvin has not been at his best. This is before tonight. Got off to a terrific start, 2.20 ERA in his first 13, but over 6 in his previous 3, and he's given up 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yep, Neil Allen, pitching coach, he came out. You know, he tried to settle him down a little bit and said, hey, look, now let's let that air go and let's get back in our dugout. We'll get you some runs here, but it's not working. Big hit from Witt would be a beautiful thing here.
Royals are batting around for the 9th time this year, 6 of which have been in this month. Base hit right field. Soler makes the turn. Here's Kepler's throw. It's way offline. Witt to second, and he's in there. 5-1 Royals in the 4th.
Big hit for Witt. Oh, yeah. That bottom hand, they want to pitch him away. Okay, I'll go away. Oh, yeah. Outside corner, that's his strength. Bread and butter. Inside the baseball, Soler would have beaten it anyway. Kepler whipped the throw, pulled it a little bit, and the Royals continue with a little 2-out knock. Whitley's 30th ribby.
And all this started with a bloop base hit to right field for Jorge Bonifacio, which, by the way, was the Royals' first hit tonight. They did not have a hit in the first 3 innings. Bonifacio had a good cut at it. Fouls it into the crowd off the right field line.
Hey, now, it's been a little while since we've seen some frenzy hitting, but against Ervin Santana and the Minnesota Twins in game 1 of 4, perfect timing.
Bauer's already made a play reaching into the Royals dugout, but that one's back into the first row.
Irvin has thrown 25 pitches in the inning. Would have had 2 outs and nobody on base had he just threw a nice easy ball over to Dozier at second. and that just opened up the floodgates. The momentum swung, and how many times in the past 4 years have we seen Royals take advantage of miscues by the defense, by the opposing defense? A lot.
It would have been 2 outs, nobody on, with just 3 pitches, by the way. He threw 2 pitches to Bonifacio, and Kane swung at the first pitch when he came up.
That's how quickly the game can change.
Alan Buzenitz, whom we have not seen, warms up in the Minnesota bullpen. Eric Hosmer's hit a 3-run home run in this inning. Escobar and Merrifield have also driven in runs. And Bonifacio, down in the count, has 2 in scoring position. Jammed him. Still alive, 1-2. He went. The Royals get 5, 2 of which are unearned. Right after the air, which could have been a double play, Eric Hosmer hits a 3-run home run that got the inning going.
They are rocking now. That inning was just lovely as Haas put him on the board with a nice 3-run bomb. Took his time around the bases, got a replay. A lot of time for the fans to get excited. Now Varkey has a nice little cushion as he toes the slab here at the top of the 5th.
Buxton, Kepler, Dozier coming up. Vargas has only given up 1 hit in the first 4 innings. He has walked 3, and one of those scored on the base hit by Sano in the 3rd inning. 2-0 on Buxton. He tried to bunt his way on in the 3rd inning and bunted back to Vargas. And now 3-0, and Buxton's hitting 196, and yet he has started quite a few rallies against the Royals this year by getting a leadoff walk. And there's a leadoff walk.
Exactly what you don't want to have happen after your team gives you a bunch of runs, but the doctor can get out of it.
That's a season high 4 walks for Vargas, and he is not happy with himself. Walking a hitter with a .267 on base percentage right after The Royals gave him 5, but Vargas also has gotten 13 ground ball double plays this year.
Wow, that's a big number.
And now he's missed with 5 straight.
You know, Nino, as Vargas calls Salvi, meaning kid in Spanish, calls Vargas's games for him. So as you saw Salvi come out to the mound there, Vargas turned his back and walked back to the mound, and he wasn't angry at Salvi, he was angry at himself. So I asked him, I said, hey, look, when it comes to the game plan, and you get out there and you execute your pitches and you scalpel the corners with your scalpel, how do you do that? He goes, I just trust Nino. He didn't call El Nino. Nino. I trust Nino. Okay. He puts down the signs.
Salvi wants him to throw over there again.
Kepler, he's only grounded into 1 double play all year, makes him one of the toughest to double up in the league so far this year.
Way out in front, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. He's had a good year against the Royals, and if you go back to last year, he's got an 11-game hitting streak against the Royals. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He is, by the way, the 2nd most difficult to double up in the league. Jason Kipnis has gone 230 at bats for the Indians this year and has not grounded into a double play. How about a strikeout? And that is 4 for Vargas.
Vargas making him miss out of the zone. Check it out. You hold the ball back in the back 3 fingers like that with the same arm speed as a fastball. That's the result you get. And he's not afraid to throw it to righties or lefties.
Here's Dozier.
That's one of the. Oh man, that's quick. Talk about pop time. Pop time is a new graphic or stat that they use from when the catcher catches the ball, and by the time he gets to the first baseman or the second baseman or whoever he throws behind a runner or throws down there, it's called pop time. Quick. 1-2. 1-3. That's good. Almost got him. You see Buxton sliding to the back side of that base there. That's what you want. First time I've seen Vargas throw a changeup to a left-handed batter this year that went away from him. Almost looked like a breaking ball, but look what the lefties are doing against him. 329. So he's making adjustments against lefties. 329 average is because he's been leaving curveballs up to lefties, and they're hitting them. That's the only mistake he's made against lefties. So that changeup there, that's something new. A lot of left-handers don't want to throw left-handed hitters changeups because it goes in, and that's a power spot to left-handed hitters. So there's a little adjustment pitch. It surprised Kepler. Left-handed hitters. Vargas last 3 starts. Okay, he's making some adjustments, and it's with the changeup against the lefties.
Well, we say sometimes that a hitter put a fastball swing on a changeup. That looked like a changeup swing on a fastball by Dozier.
Yep. And whenever a hitter loses his top end in the middle of the swing, that's good. He got messed up. He's thinking. I saw Dozier today, and I congratulate him on that nice ringing double he hit last night off of Price, off the monster in Fenway Park on the 2nd pitch of the game that Price threw. And I said, that was a nice stroke. Don't expect that kind of fastball tonight from Vargas. He goes, I know. Vargas is going to mess with us. Hitters would much prefer a left-hander, right-hander that throws mid-90s, upper 90s over a guy like Vargas, because it's tough. The timing, he disrupts timing. He makes it so difficult.
Curveball stayed up, and it gets over Merrifield.
And that was a hanger. Hanging pitches, hitters' eyes light up because it's easier to put it in play. See that? He's saying thank you. But at least he didn't homer on him.
We were talking about the Twins with Ned Yost before the game tonight and asking him where Miguel Sano ranks as far as threats in the league, and he said he's up there. You always know where he is and when he's coming up. He is on deck. So you have 2 on, 1 out, and if ever you wanted a ground ball double play, it'd be right here. And Mauer has 7. That ties for the team lead. And we also want you watching at home or wherever to have a $1 McDouble sandwich tomorrow. And that's what you'll get if Mauer or another Twin grounds into a double play. That's at participating Greater Casey, St. Joe, and Lawrence locations.
Okay, get him away. Keep that ball away. Now Mauer, he's not a guy to roll over and try to pull, so he goes the opposite field. There's a Mauer fan, I'll say.
Is that a cow suit?
That's a cow suit, Joel.
To center field, and Kane is there. Buxton will tag and go to third, and here comes Sano with 2 on, 2 out.
Buxton, routine for him to tag. Watch this. He is a very fleet of foot, smooth. Can't even see him change gears. He's like one of those new Teslas.
Sano walked in the first. He drove in the Minnesota run in the third. His 19th RBI against the Royals this year. Salvi went out and had a chat with Vargas to talk about what they want to do here with Sano. Royals just got 5 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sano back to Vargas.
Hit it to the wrong guy.
Inspects the baseball and throws over to Hosmer. And Vargy gets around the leadoff walk and the single. Ford going further so you can. quiet right now, at least on the streets in downtown KC. That's because everybody's inside watching the Royals and the Twins. 81 perfect degrees at first pitch tonight. Minnesota got a run in the third. The Royals got 5 in the fourth, 2 of which were unearned because of an Urban Santana throwing error. Lorenzo Cain is the one that put the ball in play, which led to the error. A one-hop comebacker to Santana, who made a nice play to glove it, but in trying to connect with Brian Dozier at second base, fired it into center field.
Putting the ball in play, something the Royals made famous a few years ago, and they pressured defenses with their speed. The infield hits are up again for the Royals. Locaine, I think he has the team lead. Merrifield's not far behind. So we're seeing some characteristics offensively of the championship run. And same guys, basically. Same DNA, same characters out there. Speed might be down a little bit. The power's up, so they're not running as much.
Three and two after Cain fell behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cain, Hosmer, Perez are coming up. Leadoff walk. That's Santana's second walk tonight. Let's go to Joel.
Well, the Royals getting some more good news regarding Danny Duffy. Our University of Kansas Health System update. Danny making his second rehab appearance last night, going 4 2/3 innings. No walks is obviously an important stat. So is the 66 pitches as he continues to build up. They had talked about him making a third rehab start, but Ned Yost strongly suggested today that he might just come back and start for the Royals on Tuesday. So that would take care of that other spot in the rotation where they have been struggling. That's not official yet. Obviously, got to see if Danny is feeling good after that start last night. But Ned heard some positive reviews from 2 important people. One from assistant general manager Scott Sharp, the other from his son, Ned Yost IV, who is a coach on the Colorado Springs staff, who went up against Danny Duffy in Omaha last night.
Ned has used his son on a few occasions to get a scouting report on the Royals players whom he is coaching against. There is the evaluation of your own people, and then there is the evaluation of the people you are going up against. What do they think about your players? What do they think was the pitcher's best pitch or a hitter's greatest strength?
Yeah, that happens around the league. Nothing wrong with that.
I remember when the Royals were starting to get all these young guys to the big leagues, talking about 2011, maybe even the year before that. Every team believes in their prospects. You have to. You have to believe that the guys you have in the farm system are going to turn out to be something. So I had heard, you know, what we have, this guy's going to be good, we expect this from this player and that player. But when other teams come up and tell you how good your prospects are, now that's saying something. Hosmer to Mauer, and Cain is caught in no man's land. So there's the double play Minnesota did not get in the 4th inning, and now 2 outs and nobody on.
Too bad. That had double written all over it. You can see Kepler. Kepler was almost, he was in right center field. Might have scored Cain. Oz don't pull that many.
Salvi singled and scored on Escobar's single in the Royals' 5-run 4th inning. And that pitch rides inside. Salvi's driven in 10 this year against Minnesota. Sano turns around and throws him out. Leadoff walk, but Santana faces only 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Speaking of home runs, this is Justin Smoak, who is trying to pass Hosmer for the voting at first base for the All-Star game. That is a history-making home run, a 3-run home run against Doug Fister of the Red Sox. These were the numbers coming into tonight, our Kubota Power Stats. Most home runs in a month in Major League history. And with that Justin Smoak home run, that was the 2nd home run hit tonight. So 1,070 with Smoak's home run, the most home runs in a single month in Major League history, and 12 more home runs have been hit since then. So 1,082 home runs and counting in this final day of June.
How about it?
Two and one on Eduardo Escobar, and really doesn't make any sense. I mean, you'd expect that a record-breaking month might be July or August. Although, did you see the month that was the previous record?
May.
It was May.
Interesting.
Escobar is 0 for 3. Hey parents, Kids Fest will be here on Sunday. Final game of the Royals Twins series. The kids will enjoy free pregame activities and kid-friendly entertainment in the outfield experience. The first 5,000 kids 14 and under receive a special Raised Royal bilingual children's book. For information and to purchase tickets, Royals.com/KidsFest. Castro swings and misses and loses his bat.
When there are some pitchers out there that think that the baseballs are a little harder. You hear people talk about the balls are juiced and all that stuff, but there's really no evidence out there. I think it just it's good for talk. It's good to talk around about it and stuff, but there's no evidence anybody has anything.
In June of last year, the Royals tied a team record, allowing 51 home runs. 0-2 on Castro. 51 home runs allowed in June. That tied their record for a single month, which was first established in May of 06. So again, it doesn't make sense. You figure it's July or August, it's warmer, the pitchers are more fatigued. That's about as high as you're ever going to see Salvador Perez give a target to anybody, with the glove up above his mask. That came up in Maybe hit him on the knuckles of his right hand. Grounded to Hosmer. He'll take it himself. 2 down. If you can't watch the game on TV, stream the Royals live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. Jorge Polanco is 0 for 2 last time up. Alcides Escobar made a fantastic bare hand play to throw him out. Change up for strike 1.
Hard to watch a Vargas start without talking about his momentum. I mean, the fact that, his rhythm. He throws the ball, walks off the mound into the grass, and looks for the ball, holds out his glove, gets it, walks back right up there with a quick tempo. Very nice tempo. The fielders, they love it. They make plays behind him. He makes plays for himself. Just it makes the whole team work better when you have a guy that has rhythm and has a nice tempo.
A little bit high, 1-2 on Polanco.
Sets that up like that high pitch there you saw Salvi do. That's a setup pitch. He's setting up for this pitch here. Raise the hitter's eye level a little bit. Now paint him away or drop a breaking ball in there. Oh, he stayed heater. Good quick hands.
Alex makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. Royals leading home run hitter will be leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. Mike Moustakas with the Royals leading 5-1. Innings tonight. The Royals lead by 4. Our Sonic Slam inning contestant is Angela Grammer from Harrisonville. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park, Angela wins $1,700. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Angela wins $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. Ervin Santana has allowed 5 runs, 6 hits. All 5 runs, all 6 hits in 1 inning. The bottom of the 4th, which was fueled by his error. One and one. Moustakas is popped to second, and popped out to the first baseman, Mauer. '91st pitch. Off speed, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a nice change up there. Really pulled the string, fooled Moose.
I've heard you and Fizz on more than one occasion talk about Ervin Santana's first 2 major league starts with the Angels. And what, in his big league debut at Cleveland, the first 4 hitters hit for the cycle?
They did.
And then in his second major league start, he threw a shutout.
And then another time in Cleveland, I'm not sure exactly when it was, he got smoked by a line drive comebacker right off the knee. Thought his season was over, maybe his career. Weird. All in Cleveland. And his teammates back then, you know, the Latin players, that his nickname was
Gone, and a sonic slam. Finally. Number 21 for Mike Moustakas. The Royals lead 6-1. And congratulations to Angela Grammer. $1,700 is headed your way on its way to Harrisonville.
Way to go, Angela. Now you got to compliment Moose on his 21st homer. But I bet you got something for that cake. Look at that. That doesn't look like a little changeup. It stayed up. Moose tagged it. Now he didn't get the backspin he normally gets. It looked like that ball had a little topspin on it. Oh, that was hit a ton. Oh my. '16th home run given up by Ervin Santana, and that's 6 to left-handed bats.
Mike Moustakas has a chance to tie a Royals record with most home runs before the All-Star break. 1 and 2 on Soler. Jermaine Dye in 2000 had 22 before the All-Star break, and Mike Moustakas has 21.
Impressive. Hey, Angela, you still can make some cake. $100 for every homer hit in this inning. Not that time. He got him on the breaker.
Five for Santana. Second time he has gotten Soler. That's the first out of the 6th. Mike Moustakas is also 1 home run shy of tying his career high. 22 back in 2015.
He's been so consistent with his hitting mechanics this year. It's incredible. I mean, he's the same on the first pitch of the season to that 22nd homer. Excuse me, 21st.
This will be the 100th pitch for Ervin Santana, who did not allow 1 hit in the first 3 innings. Now Escobar lifts it into left center field. Long run Rosario, long run Buxton. It's down and up against the wall. Esky makes the turn. He's headed to third, and a little hesitation by Polanco before his relay throw allows Escobar to go into third with 1 out.
And that's all it took. Escobar had the play in front of him as he's rounding second base. Now, they had plenty of distance on this. They were playing him shallow. They had no idea he had that kind of pop. Now this play's in front of him. So he hits first base. He's looking at it right now. He's saying, I'm going. Okay. And slight little bobble, like you mentioned, by Polanco, got him in there. He loves it.
Santana is out. Buznitz is in. and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals. Ryan Lefebvre, Rex Hudler with Joel Goldberg, director Steve Kurtenbach, producer Brian Shapiro, associate producers Al Broughton, Sam Abramson, Dave Holtzman. The producer of Royals Live is Alan Stout. And there's Ervin Santana, a 2.80 ERA coming into tonight, giving up 6 runs, 8 hits. And he's still responsible for Escobar at third base and 1 out. Alan Buznitz, a 25th round pick of the Angels 4 years ago, came over in a trade last year with Hector Santiago. That is cranked into deep right, and Kepler makes the running play, and Escobar could walk down from third if he wanted to. And the Royals have scored 7 runs in the first 6 innings tonight. And Alex Gordon drives in his 19th.
Top spin. Too bad he gets under it, and that's a homer. But he'll take the RBI. That was timely. I like it. Continue the assault. Now what's interesting is that this is Ervin Santana's 17th start, and this is the first time in all of his 17 starts that he hasn't finished his own inning. He hasn't been taken out in the middle of an inning any time all year. And the Royals did it to him. Little payback from opening day. Santana's ERA now 3.07. Put him over the 3 mark.
Witt drove in a run in the Royals' 5-run 4th inning. Eight hits from 7 different players, and 7 different Royals have scored a run. That, I believe, is keeping the line moving.
It is, and you know, it's almost like the Royals got together and say, hey, look, we're tired of getting beat by this team. When we played the Minnesota Twins early in the season, they didn't pitch, they didn't hit, they didn't defend. It was the worst baseball the Royals have played in years. Remember that first series? We were like, wow, what's going on with our team? We were getting dominated.
Polanco fields and throws out Witt to end the inning. Moustakas homers. Gordon has a sac fly. It is 7-1 KC. And there you have it. Royals have 7 runs, 8 hits. They've hit 2 home runs. They have played good defense. And Jason Vargas has given up 1 run, 2 hits in his 6 innings. He is at 95 pitches, and he gets the lower third of the order in the 7th inning. Mike Minor, Peter Moylan are warming up in the Royals bullpen.
Pitching, defense, timely hitting. You get those in any consistent fashion, you run off some wins, just like we've seen the Royals do in this month.
One and one on Rosario. He is 0 for 2. Hosmer makes the play, gets it to Vargas. 1 away in the 7th inning. Here at Kauffman Stadium on July 19th, we're going to have Game of Thrones night. Your theme ticket to watch the Royals take on the Tigers comes with an exclusive Royals themed Game of Thrones t-shirt. You can purchase your theme ticket right now at royals.com/theme tickets.
Like Vargy walking nice and slowly back to the mound all the way from the right field line down there after he made an athletic run to cover the bag, taking his time. Haas standing on the mound there waiting for him patiently, under control. Dr. Vargas making a nice call here at the K, where he's been so good.
Byron Buxton is 0 for 1 with a walk. Alex makes a play, 2 down in the 7th inning.
Jason, I was going to talk about Vargy and brag on his home ERA, 1.92, best in baseball
when the game started, so it's even better than that right now. Royals are 12 and 2 in his last 14 starts here at Kauffman Stadium, and that was the feeling going back to 2014 when the Royals signed Jason Vargas very early in the offseason, that he and Kauffman Stadium would be a perfect match, and they have been. Another great night. 6 pitches in the 7th inning. 1 run, 2 hits allowed by Vargas through 7. Tell you that he's done for the night, and The Royals do have somebody up in the bullpen, but with the day-night doubleheader tomorrow, you wondered, you know, may Ned Yost stretch him one more inning?
I don't know. It's a hard call there, but because you never know. Just like Ned said before the game, doubleheader happens. We never know what's going to happen in 2 games in 1 day, so we're going to need some all hands on deck in the bullpen.
Moylan is warming up in the Royals bullpen.
But the crowd sure gave him a huge ovation as Vargas walked off there. They were thinking he might be done.
Oh, 2 on Bonifacio with a walk, a single and a run scored. His single started the Royals' 5-run bottom of the 4th inning.
Buznitz 92 to 98 with a fastball, big 12-6 curveball, occasional changeups. First time we've seen him. Didn't look like a big 12-6 hammer there. It's kind of short. He almost got Bonifacio almost got it.
One and 2 on Bonifacio. A 5-run 4th inning and a 2-run 6th inning. All 7 runs were charged to Ervin Santana. 5 earned because of his error. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Castro tells Buznitz, settle down. Alan Buznitz, 25th round pick of the Angels out of Kennesaw State in Georgia. He began his college career at Georgia Perimeter College, which I think is located somewhere around the outer edge of the state of Georgia.
Okay, close enough for me.
Georgia Perimeter College. Not to be confused with Central Georgia College.
That's right.
Hassano, backhanded by Polanco. That's a nice play.
Better believe that. That's a big league play that's made up here. Best in the world play here. Man, that's special. Two big hops, maybe a 3rd short hop. Boy, quick release, nice strong throw right over the top. Bonifacio, he wanted that infield hit. Twins have had a hole at shortstop for the last few years. Maybe the Polanco is going to be the guy to hold it. So far, he's doing a nice job. Young guy.
Fastball at 96. Royals had Bonifacio at first base, nobody out. 4th inning, Minnesota led 1-0, and Kane hit a 1-hopper back to Ervin Santana. And Santana trying to connect with Brian Dozier, the second baseman. Buzzed it right by Dozier and into center field. The Royals had runners at 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Hosmer homered, then Escobar drove in a run. Merrifield drove in a run. The Royals got 5 in that inning. Kane with a shot into center field, jumping on a hanging breaking ball. That's his first hit tonight.
Oh yeah, really nice.
So 8 of 9 Royals have hits tonight.
Look at that. He has a little slight load. He's not a big load for the hips. Stayed there. There's the lean back. Pretty nice little short step there with his front foot. Stayed right through the ball. Great pass up the middle.
Eric Hosmer homered just inside the left field foul pole in that 5-run 4th inning. Kepler's going to run this one down. Hosmer's 1 for 4 tonight. StubHub is your ticket out to once-in-a-lifetime experiences, from Royals games to concerts to shows you just don't want to miss. StubHub connects you to the world of live. StubHub, your ticket out. The official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Royals. This is one of those games, if everything holds for the Royals, where everybody feels like they pitched in. Of the Royals 9 in the starting lineup, everyone has at least driven in a run or scored a run.
Well, that's a great sign to start this short little 4-game homestand against the Twins. I don't think Ned could have written it up any better. Dale Swaim working hard with these hitters, finally starting to come to life. Not finally, I mean, it's been happening all month.
Chop to Sano. He'll back up for the big hop, show off his strong arm. That's a long throw. So Salvi's out. The Royals are scoreless in the bottom of the 7th. Moylan on for the 8th. The Royals lead 7-1. Great deal waiting for you at Thoroughbred Ford. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less. We've got a full day of baseball tomorrow on Fox Sports Kansas City, FS1 and Fox. Royals hosting that day-night doubleheader with the Twins here on Fox Sports Kansas City. Pregame coverage of Game 1 at 12:30. Then for Game 2, we're on the air at 7. The game starts at 7:30. FS1 has the Marlins and Brewers at 2:30, and Fox will have the Nationals and the Cardinals at 6. Peter Moylan, a Chevy call to the bullpen after Jason Vargas allowed 1 run, 2 hits in 7 innings.
Fabulous. Peter Moylan, he does a nice job with his sinker slider. Induces a lot of ground balls. Veteran, fun guy, has a good personality.
Originally a Minnesota Twin property, Peter Moylan signed with them in 1996. 1-1 on Dozier. He is 1 for 3 with a 5th inning single. Moustakas charges, Fields throws him out.
Nice play. Third baseman's glove is bigger than any other spot in the infield, shortstop, second base. Hosmer's first base glove might be bigger, so therefore it's hard to find the ball in it sometimes, but Moose, that's how he makes his living. He knows exactly where that ball is at all times in that glove. But I've seen a lot of third basemen not find the handle because the glove is too deep. It's like a carpenter's tools. It's these ball players' gloves, man. They make a living with them. They know them inside out. They're like special children. Yeah, I mean, Haas, talk to Haas about his glove. That glove, he's breaking in a new one this year. It's been kind of a test for him. He's lost a few strings and he's hadn't had them exactly tightened up, but it's been tough letting his gamer go.
Two and 0 on Mauer.
Look at that thing. Loves it. Carries it everywhere he goes.
You might see him walking around the plaza sometimes after a game with his glove.
Hey, don't be surprised.
Walking his dog in the morning with his glove.
Yep. I'm telling you, Whitley's too. Now Whitley has more gloves than one because he can play different spots. So he's got 2 or 3 different kinds. He might even have a catcher's glove. Now I don't know if he's ever caught before, but I bet he could.
So 2 ground balls for Moylan, and now Miguel Sano with nobody on. Starts him off with a fastball for a strike. Sano drove in Minnesota's run in the 3rd inning with a 2-out single. Minnesota has not scored since. The Royals have scored 7. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the time of game that has really defined this season series with the Royals and the Twins. The 7th inning and later. Minnesota is 7-1 against the Royals this year. And in the 7th inning or later, the Twins have outscored the Royals 25-4. 2-2. Twins go down in order in the top of the 8th inning.
Sano, you got to go, and now Moose is loose tonight again. He's coming up next inning.
Nice hat.
Yeah, festive.
Royals are giving away a hat similar to that one tomorrow.
They are.
Mike Moustakas, his home run in the 6th inning, his 21st. One away from tying his previous career high. One away from tying the Royals record before the All-Star break.
Quiet with his lower half. He doesn't jump. His hands are in a great position. Love the way he starts with his bat at a nice angle. Really makes it a short path to the ball. Jammed in that time. But it was a changeup he hit back at him. That took a bad hop. But he won't get a hit. Moose worked the 5-hole right there. And see the changeup. Oh, stayed down. He thought it was coming up. Happens. Look at Moose digging for it though. He thought he was going to get a hit out of that.
Both Minnesota Airs have been committed by a pitcher tonight. Soler, a shot fair. And I mean a shot. Moustakas stops at third. Soler has a double.
Watch out if they start getting some production from that man. Oh, that ball wasn't walking. It was spanked. There's a little Soler system working. Well, that's nice. Little sidearm heater about belt high. Ooh, he barreled it. I can't wait to see him get up underneath one. Give that ball a drink in the fountain here coming up. This weekend they'll do it. I'd like to see it.
The Twins will bring the infield in halfway.
You don't want to come in halfway or even close if Soler's hitting, because that ball exited at 111 miles an hour. And believe me, if you're a third baseman and you got a right-handed hitter like that and you're in, you think about that.
Back to Buznitz. One out. Gordon coming up. You can crush home runs and dominate in your very own Derby competition in the official MLB.com Home Run Derby game on the App Store and Google Play. Swing for the fences against more than 10 million players from around the world as your favorite Derby All-Star. Download Home Run Derby for free today. Second and third, one out. Alex Gordon is hitless. He is the only Royal that's hitless tonight. He has driven in a run. Rosario makes the play. Here comes Moustakas. Here comes the throw. And Moustakas goes in standing and then tumbles onto the grass. The Twins throw back to third. On an appeal, they say he did not leave early.
Look at him in there. That's beautiful. They're having fun. Alex is saying, hey, look, Moose, you didn't have to do that for me, but I'll take the sacrifice fly in the RBI. Look at the athletic roll by Moose. Hey, there you go. And he missed the bat that was laying there, which is very fortunate. Whitley picked it up. Way to go.
Twins were thinking about a challenge. You can challenge now a runner leaving early from a base, or they might have been challenging whether Castro applied the tag on Moustakas. They have elected to pass. So it's Merrifield with Soler at second base, 2 outs. The Royals lead by 7.
The bottom of the Royals lineup is at it again. They get production from the bottom third of that lineup like this. Man, oh man, that makes them a dangerous hitting team, 1 through 9. Got Whitley at the top. A lot of hot hitters in the middle tonight and down low.
1-1 on Merrifield. Merrifield has driven in a run. Bonifacio has scored a run. Kane has scored a run. Hosmer scored a run. He's driven in 3. Perez has scored a run. Moustakas has scored 2 and driven in 1. Soler scored a run. Escobar scored a run, driven in 1. Gordon has driven in 2. That's about as spread out of an offensive performance as you're going to see among 8 runs, 10 hits.
And did you see Alex jump into Moose's hands? I mean, in his arms there, and in the dugout, a little celebration there. You don't see Alex do that. That's so good for him.
It was a hallmark moment.
I got a little emotion. but that's good.
Good fastball at 95. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The only thing was missing was some Michael Bolton music.
I thought that was a good moment.
It was.
Okay.
And we'll do it again. 34,322 mostly entertained fans tonight. There are a lot of Twins fans, I'm sure, who feel a little different about tonight's game. Buck night, fireworks coming after the game, and a warm but a very pleasant night in Kansas City. It was 81 degrees at first pitch. Not bad for June 30th. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't you just love the Royals hitters competing in their at bats? This month has been a wonderful month for that offense. They have competed. That's exactly what Dale Swain was pleading to them from April. It wasn't Dale's fault. It's just baseball. It's tough. Sometimes you don't find the hits when you need them, but they're competing. They're fouling balls off, and they are scoring runs. Believe that.
8 tonight, and a 7-run lead to the 9th inning.
Wrap up an incredible June. Joel Goldberg back at Kauffman Stadium. A lot to talk about next on Boulevard Royals Live as the doctor. He broke out that scalpel, as Hud likes to say, and he dealt again, plus another big inning for the Royals audience. And I know, Hud, you'll be there on Boulevard Royals Live. I like what usually our stats guy, Dave Holtzman, came up with the doctor versus the magic man. Science versus superstition. Science wins out tonight.
That's right. Believe it, Joel. Dr. Vargas made a beautiful house call again, probably even lowering that home world-leading ERA at home, 1.96.
Neftali Feliz will get the 9th inning. Escobar, Castro, and Polanco are coming up. Science versus superstition.
Oh, Magic Man. Magic. Irvin Santana. Magic. They call him.
No, that's the
Irvin.
Superstition part. Science, the doctor.
Doctor. Carving the corners. Sharpen the scalpel. He had it sharpened before he got to the park today. Oh, nice practice.
Foul ball. Hosmer will give away a souvenir.
Oh, believe it.
Joel brought up another big inning with the Royals' 5-run fourth. 14 times this year, the Royals have scored 4 or more runs in an inning. 14 times. 11 of the 14 have been this month. So only 3 times in April or May did the Royals have 4 or more runs in an inning. That's Escobar's first hit. And his hand is buzzing as he hit it off the end of the bat. He is 1 for 4.
Well, 4 runs this month have become the magic number offensively.
Or more.
Or more. 4 or more. You always take more.
Jason Castro is 0 for 3.
Feliz could be the key down the stretch. They like his stuff. They like his arm. He told me in Detroit, Neftali did. I asked him what Dave Island was working on with you. He said he's working on my lead shoulder and my lead arm. He wants me to control it and keep it tucked and stay in more to give me a little bit more downward angle and some more control. Because he's got plenty of stuff. But his ERA was high and his command was not good with Milwaukee. So they're working on him. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to get out there. But this guy could be big. Let's see if they can fix him with 97-mile-an-hour fastball slider. If he can fix that, it's going to be a nice arm for him.
Polanco is 0 for 3. Royals have had a couple of standout defensive plays tonight. One was Escobar on a bare hand play against Polanco back in the 4th inning. Shallow center. Cain's coming up. He's got it with a tumbling play. Welcome to the Royals, Neftali Feliz.
Woo-wee. That's a cap tipper, believe it. Had to come a long way. Went right from low gear to high gear in about 30 yards. Skills. That's right. Crowd loving it. What a game here. Start this little short little mini 4-game homestand. I had a little chat with Byron Buxton before the game, and Locane's name was brought up. And he has the ultimate respect for Lorenzo.
Fastball by Rosario at 95. 0-2. Royals will be a game and a half behind Minnesota for second place in the Central. Cleveland was postponed tonight at Detroit, so they'll be 3 games out of first place. Big win tonight. 2 home runs. Mike Moustakas hit his 21st. Eric Hosmer hit a big 3-run home run in the Royals' 5-run 4th inning. And outstanding pitching tonight once again from Jason Vargas. Gives up 1 run in 7 innings. He ties Clayton Kershaw with 12 wins for the major league lead. And he also has the second most wins in Royals history before July, 12. Only Brett Saberhagen back in 1987 had more. He had 13.
Oh, I'm telling you, Ned couldn't write it up any better. And this hit, what turned it around outside of the air by Santana, set this up. Hosmer, look at that. He feathered it down the line. Had the height. Wasn't sure if it's going to stay fair or not. It was a beautiful pose. He just took a nice, easy trot around the bases. Nice round number 10. Homer, that's right. Circle him. Irvin, tough night for you, Magic. But look, Haas and the boys, they're all worked up.
And that's who's standing by down in the field with Joel.
Well, this was yet again another fun night as the Royals complete the month of June with the best record in the American League. Haas, you look at this offense top to bottom, one guy after the next are contributing. Talk about that old keep the line moving mentality.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We're getting timely hits when we need them, and you know, anytime Vargy's going, it's Vargy day. We're trying to get runs for him, and that's exactly what we did.
Come on, yo, come on, yo. Come on, yo. You want to know why Salvi said we needed to do that? It's Friday night.
You did say that.
I don't know why Friday's different than other nights, but it's like most nights. You guys won. So again, let's talk about that offense, and it's not just 1 or 2 guys; it's everyone.
Yeah, really, you know, we're taking advantage of big innings. We got, you know, we're doing a good job with situational hitting. Every time we got guys on base, we're cashing in, and, you know, we're just firing on all cylinders at the right time.
I want to ask you about the homer in a second, but we got to get to Jason Vargas right away because that is the 7th time this year that he's allowed 1 run or less. He's been unbelievable in almost every start. What's it like watching Jason Vargas pitch?
Oh man, he's been fun to work behind, I tell you that. And you know, as an offense, it motivates you. The way he's been pitching for us all year, we're trying to get him runs any way we can. And he gave up 1 there, and we did a good job responding for it as an offense. And you know, like you said, anytime Vargy's on the mound, we got all the confidence in the world we're going to win.
And then there's the home run, and I don't know that I've ever seen you watch a home run like that before, but I don't know if you've ever been a part of one like that before. Your reaction was priceless. What were you thinking?
I looked at Salvi, asked him if it was fair or foul, and he didn't really give me a response. So rounded the bases and just, you know, hope that it stayed fair, and luckily it did and got us going.
Great job tonight. We'll see you back here for 2 of them tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Eric Hosmer.
Great crowd tonight. 34,322. The Royals are back to 500. And now just 1 game out of second place, 3 games out of first. We'll be right back.